Hello, welcome to my channel, New Beginnings Every Life in Rural Cyprus, coming to you live from rural Cyprus, as it says on the tin. And I'm to you freshly from the swimming pool, so hopefully today you won't have me dripping with sweat. I've got the fan on, we're in a heat wave, and yeah, so probably won't be too long. You can see the nice breeze happening behind me. We're actually at a stage of where a lot of the breeze now is warm air. So sometimes you'll see I haven't got the fan on. That's because, yes, it is still extremely hot. But as you probably may or may not know, when the air is hot and the fan blows it, it doesn't cool you down at all. So I'm drinking plenty of water. And I'm basically a mermaid now. I'm in the water more than I'm out of the water. I literally get in, get out, do something, get back in, get out, do something. And I was up at 5 a.m. this morning to water all the garden, literally everything, all the trees that are young and need watering. And even though the raised beds and hugelkultur beds retain a lot of moisture, which is why I grow that way, they still need watering every day right now. Okay, let's get into today. I'm just concerned everything's going to blow away. So we'll start off straight away with our first theme, and we're going to start today with Cyprus. Everyone said they'd like to know a little bit more about Cyprus. So I keep these quite short because obviously a lot of my content is showing you places in Cyprus. Do check out my playlist. And while we're there, do check out my other channel, which is linked below for further content and further lives. Okay, so I thought I'd read you a very short bit from a travel book about Troodos. Now, what's special, if you don't know, Troodos is a big mountain range in Cyprus. It's further up than where I am. I'm the lower levels, quite a way down between the sea and Troodos, basically. So this says something special about Troodos. In spite of the rigours of the climate, from baking hot summers with frequent thunderstorms to snow-covered winters, Troodos is a botanical treasure house. Of the island's 127 endemic species of flowering plants, 67 are unique to this area. Many have Trudi as part of their Latin name. They include Crocus cypress, which flowers as the snow melts on the heights, low-growing bushes of the Troodos golden drop, a unique wild garlic, the yellow Asilium trudi, and the Troodos mint, which is Nepeta trudi. So lots of very unique flowers and plants to Cyprus. Okay, I've got tons of stuff around me because I've got things I want to share with you on Wednesday, something newly acquired. So that's all on the floor down here. Okay, let's move on to my next theme. My next theme is let's take a look at a book I took from my book nook. And for now, I'm continuing with my Aesop's Fables. This is a very short version of all the stories. And this one, I'm pretty sure you will all know. If you know the fables, maybe some of you don't even realise it's an Aesop fable. This is one I'm sure you must all know. The Tortoise and the Hare. Tortoise, you are so slow. How can you stand it? Asked the Hare. I like my pace. I have time to admire the sky and the flowers and listen to the breeze blow. Phooey, Hare snorted. When I run, I get to where I'm going almost before I leave. Oh, for goodness sake, Tortoise said. Speed isn't everything. I bet if we had a race right here and now, I'd have a good chance of beating you. How about a race over the hill and back? Hare roared with laughter. You and me have a race. You wouldn't stand a chance. We'll see, Tortoise smiled. But Hare didn't reply. He'd already started running. It wasn't long before Hare was way out in front. Why am I hurrying? That tortoise is so slow. I could run this race 15 times before he's even finished once. I might as well take it easy. So Hare settled down for a nap. I can have a little sleep and still beat that tortoise. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And he closed his eyes and started snoring. A little while later, the tortoise plodded past the sleeping Hare and continued on his way over the hill and back again. Hare awoke and raced to catch up, but he'd left it too late. Tortoise crossed the finish line first and beat him. Slowly but surely often wins the race. Focus and concentration will often bring success where natural talent but no determination will not. What's your main style of life, Hare or tortoise? Let me know in those comments below. Okay, let's moving on. Let's do now, Monday Fun Day, jokes, quotes, puns and fun. So we do some more jokes today. This is going to just be 2 jokes today because the first one's rather long. So just 2 jokes today. The first one. A lady wanted to learn ice fishing. She had read several books on the subject and bought all the necessary equipment. Then she went out onto the ice. She positioned her stool and began cutting a hole in the ice. Frighteningly, a voice boomed from up above. "There are no fish under the ice." So frightened, she picked up her stool and equipment and moved further away. She set her stool and equipment up and began cutting another hole. The voice boomed out again. "Stop looking. There are no fish under the ice." She was very concerned and moved further away to try once more. As she began to cut another hole, the voice boomed out once more. "Madam, kindly leave the ice rink." They're my sort of jokes, as you well know. Did you like that one? I want your favourite jokes in the comments below. Hey, BC Treasure Trails, it's dangerous to sit on the ice. Too long, you could get burnt. Oh dear, thanks for being here. So appreciated. Did you like that joke? Yes, drop your favourite joke in the comments below. I quite like long ones as long as it's got a really good ending, but I know they're a bummer to type out. Cool. So I have one more joke for you. That was quite a long one. Husband. "Darling, look outside. It's really muggy out there." And the wife said, "If you've put all the mugs out on the lawn, I'm going to get really mad." And the husband sheepishly sips his coffee from a cereal bowl. So yes, indeed, he said it's muggy outside. He had indeed put all the mugs out on the lawn. That's kind of the sort of thing we might do. Do we catch each other out? Sometimes. You like that one? I did get caught out by a YouTuber yesterday. They were listing certain films and he said Groundhog Day, and then at the end he said Groundhog Day again. I went, "It said that one." I didn't get it. Oh, I was slow. It was late at night. I was tired. Oh dear. That's Groundhog Day as in the film. I have to keep saying this. In Cyprus and England, we don't have groundhogs. I know all about that and what that is about, but from the film Groundhog Day, if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth a view. Definitely. Okay, moving swiftly on. Now, I didn't know whether to make this my sow, grow, mow and ho, 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 because it's actually my gardening tips. So this comes under knacks, hacks, facts and stats. And this is it all roses? No, not all roses, but there's some roses tips I have for you today. If you use 1 tablespoon, which is 20 grams, of Epsom salts dissolved in about a pint, which is 550 ml of lukewarm water, it's a good tonic for all plants, especially roses. So that's 1 tablespoon, 20 grams of Epsom salts dissolved in 1 pint, 550 ml of lukewarm water. And that's a great tonic if your plants are sagging. Second tip, bury banana skins and crushed eggshells near the roots of rose trees to supply them with extra vitamins and minerals. Garlic grown near roses is supposed to keep them clear of green fly. So if you want some more gardening tips, my next post on my other channel, which will be Wednesday, is all about powdery mildew, rots, different rots and diseases of plants, and a little bit of bugs. So if you've got any infestations or you've got something you don't know what's wrong with your plant, check out Wednesday on my other channel, which is always linked below for those who don't know it. Next tip. Use an old bicycle pump as a pest killer spray in the garden. So please keep it natural, but you can put all your sprays and mixes in an old bicycle pump. That's a good tip. To get rid of ants in the garden, just sprinkle talcum powder. No need to mix anything up. And I believe that's something, along with bicarb of soda mixed with icing sugar, is something else they eat. They can't tell the difference between the bicarb of soda and the icing sugar. So mix them together. The ants eat that or carry some back to their home, and then they literally explode from the inside. The other ant tip is always, if you've got 2 nests, put a bit of each nest in the other nest, and if you're that way inclined, they fight to the death. So let's call that natural. And one more tip for the garden. Spread soot or coal around lettuce bed, which will keep off slugs. Slugs. Why did I say it like that? Slugs. 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 Okay, Dawn, calm down. Okay, now people have asked me they want back this section because I haven't done it for a long time. Coffee break, what to watch, something you may have missed. Well, I'm so busy promoting other people's channels and things, I thought I would do one of my own today, but from my other channel. So you may well have missed it if you haven't viewed there. And as I say, my other channel's linked below. But in the description below, I've done the URL to this actual video. So you can just click on that and that will take you there anyway. And it's my photography of the Cyprus from my garden, sunrises and sunsets. We live in a really lovely area of Cyprus where we get the most perfect sunrises and sunsets, all different colours, purples, reds, oranges, yellows, nice mixture. What colour sunsets do you like best? I quite like the pinky and purpley ones a lot, but I'm happy with any sunset. And we're just in a position where you can see them perfectly. So really nice place. We often chill out of an evening, just sit out and watch the beautiful sunsets most nights, because of course we have very clear skies. Let me just have a sip of water. I said I just got out the pool, so I'm missing my water. I'm like some sea creature. I think a mermaid. I have to get back in the water. Okay, what shall we do next? Let's do, I have piles, arts and craft part. I don't think I've done this for a while. I don't know. So I just thought I'd share with you some of what I'm thinking of doing soon. I found this, everywhere where I live is rural and just tracks, and not even tracks made by the goats half the time. I think this must have blown away from somewhere. Isn't it sweet? A little miniature pot. And I thought it must be broken. No, there's a line here. That's not a crack. There's just some mark on it. And I was thinking, nothing's going to grow in that. It's so small. So if you've been watching recently, you'll know I do my own cross-stitch designs. And I did see when I was going through showing you how I make my own designs and put them on square paper, there was a cactus. Now I'm wondering if I do a cross-stitch cactus, but do it two ways, like mirror image. So I've got two opposites of it, and then stitch it together and stuff it. Maybe do something in the bottom so it looks like soil or sand or something, and have a cross stitch but puffy cactus. Do you think that would be cool? Yes. But first, I do have to finish all my projects I haven't finished but started. So I'm trying desperately to finish my Flintstone bag before, when's my next show live? On Wednesday is the next day I show you my crafts, what I've been doing. So I'm desperately trying to finish it, because those who watch all the time are like, we like seeing the progression. And I was like, yes, you want it finished. I did run out of grey again after I got some grey from the auction, but I'd also got another shade in, I think, the second auction lot that I won. And I did say, oh, this might match as well. It is. It's the next number colour, so there was enough to finish. The greys will finish. I've just got about this much to do a square almost of Fred's arm, and I'm not sure I've got enough of that colour. So we'll see, and I haven't looked to see if I've got a similar colour yet, but we'll see. I should be good. So there's that. And the other thing I want to do, I've had this for a very long time. It's not an antique, as far as I know. It's just meant to look old. This photo frame, and I'm not very good at dusting and cleaning because I don't know where things are. My perspective's wrong, so I really hate to move things and dust. And I did knock this down and the glass broke. There's no glass. I can't afford to go out and buy a bit of glass just for the sake of it, or perspex, or I think we don't have anything. So I was wondering, should I make a cross stitch for in here? Now I got a bit of Ada or Aida from the auction lot. I've got enough that I could put in there. Now, what picture should I cross stitch to go in here? It's got to go with the frame. I want it though to be something relevant maybe to me. It's probably going in this room. Probably might go in the winter lounge. Maybe I want something old-fashioned, as in maybe an indoor fire scene, like a fireplace, something like that maybe. Give me your thoughts in the comments below. So I want to think about it, so I don't want to rush into it, but you guys are really good. Give me ideas. So as you can see, I'll show you closer the frame. I want it to be something pretty and nice, so it's got to be kind of relevant. Definitely something old-fashioned, maybe some sort of old scene, who knows. But I've got that to do. I don't know where to put that now. Put that there. Okay, so we're talking about crafts, and I have this section, to do new to you. And I'm always giving you ideas to try something new, a new project or a new hobby. And I want to know from you two things. One, what hobby, if you had time to do, would you want to do? What is something you think, I'd really love to learn to do that or have a go at that? What is that thing you would like to do? And also give me some ideas for something new. I'm not artistic. I have an artistic mind, but I'm not very good. You've seen my crafts and things. I give things a go. Sylvia Dracula would fit that for. Actually, that's a cool idea. I'm going to write that down. We should have this as a competition, whatever one I do in the end. That's a cool one. I believe you've given me good ideas before for other things I've asked. I always ask. Right, Sylvia Dracula. What are you saying? Dracula. That's actually quite cool. That'd look quite fun, wouldn't it? Yes, it's that sort of frame, isn't it? That'd be easy to design as well. Yes, so what is a new hobby or craft? Doesn't have to be a craft, although I'm quite looking for crafts. I still want to get back to quilling, which is with paper. You roll paper and spiral paper. I need a channel where I can see quilling because I quite like that kind of thing. My problem is I like to try and make things, but then I never know what to do with them, which is why I've done rope baskets and paper baskets. At least they're useful. People give me ideas what to do with some of my cross-stitch stuff and make bags, cushions, although that's a bit difficult because, as I've said, here we can't put anything where the sun gets to it because it either rots very quickly or colours just go to nothing. So I'm limited where I can put things. I don't want any more pictures on walls. I have very little wall space. I've explained why. Why do we not have wall space? So pictures, no. If you can give me craft ideas of, or even my cross stitch, what else I can do with them when I've made them. You know, I bought a whole load from auction. So I've got the idea of bags, cushions. Someone did give me another idea and I can't remember what that was. I've written it down. I write things down. But what's another craft or hobby, or what would you like to try? Often people say play an instrument. I kind of dabble on a keyboard. I did have a piano before I moved to Cyprus, but there was no way I was moving it to Cyprus. I played from memory, meaning I learned the tune, played it. I can read music, but now I can't because I'm not quick enough. So I have to remember tunes, as in not remember the tune, but get so used to keep playing tunes that my fingers know where to go. So I have a keyboard here. I haven't played it for a long time. In the winter, it takes too much power because we're on solar. And in the summer, I don't want to be indoors. It's too hot. So don't really get much use of it. So what's something you wish you'd done, or a craft or hobby you want to try? Yeah, give me ideas, something new to try. Don't really like sewing things much. Don't like sewing, although I do want to try and get back to embroidery. I quite like that. But yeah, ideas, please. And if you've got anything on your channel, do drop me the URL. People say you can't drop URLs. You can if the channel hasn't banned them. So you can always drop URLs on my channel of any craft or hobbies or any ideas. So let me know. What else? Discover, sort, declutter and organise. I haven't done this for a while, and this is probably my most popular section because I always share things as I'm going through them. Well, as I say, I've not been indoors, so I'm not really going through sorting indoor things. But I found my sun hats. Yes. So I thought I'd go through them. I haven't looked in there. What I have is 2 sun hats out all the time. We have on the back door, kitchen back door, it's like a pig, metal pig, and it's got hooks on. And we keep, well, what do we keep on there? I'm looking now. Oh, Mike's got a washing basket. When he unloads the washing machine, hangs the stuff out. He's got that hanging on there. He's got a gardening cap. We used to have our winter coats out there, as in garden winter coats. So if we went to get the wood, we could just throw a coat on. Mine rotted last year, so the good parts of it I made into a cat cushion. Ooh, a cat cushion. So I don't have that now. Anyway, so I keep two hats on there. One is by the pool at the moment. It's like a baseball cap, and I always throw that on when I'm going swimming, regardless. I just throw that on. So, and that's because I normally have a bun or something like that. So a baseball cap fits perfectly, shields me a little bit. So that is out there. And the other hat I have on this hanger it was Mike's, not with the flowers on. And he didn't want it anymore because it's gone floppy. Well, that's perfect for me if I'm reading a book or something. And the reason for the flowers are, most of where the flowers are, but not all, are rivets. Is that right? Poppers? Metal, what? Did you say? No, they're like poppers. They're not air holes. And they've gone all rusty. So they're like studs, these ones. So you can see them there. So you could like pop the top up and clip it up if you wanted to. So they've gone rusty. So I thought, well, I'll use it. And I had these flower motifs. So I put those on. So this is always hanging on the back door. And this is my one if I'm reading in the garden or just gardening, I'll put this one on. But as I say, I found in the store cupboard where we have all the sunbeds and things, my Morgan bag, which is my name. So I have my Morgan bag, which I wanted to keep because it doesn't exist anymore. And let's see what ones are in here. These are nice ones. I sort of, if I see a really nice one when I'm going out or something, I wouldn't wear this one if I'm going out. I think the grommets are for a string. Thanks. I think the grommets are for a string. I get you now. Oh, grommets. You're calling them grommets. There we go. Grommets. So let's see. So as I say, these are ones that I think, let's get them all out and then I'll share them with you. If I'm going out, then, oh, I've forgotten these. Oh, see, it's good to go through. Okay, first of all, this is what my parents bought me when I was coming to Cyprus. So that's like 17 odd years ago now. So the colour's all gone. It's a sun hat. Because if you've heard all the stories of my mother, to you it would be obvious she bought me a sun hat. So yeah, it's a bit out of shape. The colour's all gone. You can turn up the rim. But yes, I wouldn't wear that out. That probably actually will be a garden reading hat now. Now this I made. Mike had my beanie hat. I only have one beanie hat and he wears beanie hats in the winter. And I was like, I want a beanie hat. I want one. So I had an old dance, I think they were dance leggings or something, lycra. And it's worn out in places. I thought I'll make a beanie hat out of that. And look what I put on the top. So that's a beanie hat. Yes, that should have been with the sun hats. It's obviously just hats now. Oh, this is, yeah, this again is very discoloured. I spent many a year in the different islands of the Caribbean, many islands, most islands. And that's Bahamas. So yeah, these aren't going out hats, are just any hats then. This I made. This is based on my baskets, my paper baskets, and how I made the rope basket. So I started with the swirlies, and then I had lots of old material I wanted to use. So I've made it into a bohemian hat. It's stretchy, the sort of rimmy bit. So it's bohemian hat. Oh, nearly got rid of you, then drop that on the mouse. So it's kind of mixing different crafts together and just using up some pretty material I had, making a bohemian hat. Neat. So yeah, I mess around with crafts. I mess around. Right, now these are the proper hats. I'd forgotten all those are in there. This I had in a dance show. It's a boater hat. Well, that's obviously good for a gardener's hat, isn't it? I should do what a lot of YouTubers do and like wear the outfit for gardening, the flowy skirt and the hat, you know. But I'm a real gardener. I work in my garden, so I'm always a right mess. So we have the boater. This one, I got this fairly recently because I just love the colours. So this is, what would you call it? A beach hat, islander's hat. So I just like that this is going out casual, I guess, when you really need a sun hat. I have trouble wearing sun hats. One, because they don't fit my head properly. I like baseball caps, but they really don't fit my head right. I just have to try hats on. I love hats, but they don't just sit on my head. Also, I sweat so much, as you can tell, around like my forehead and down the side here, my temples. So I just look a right mess. And I've got very thick hair. You might not think it, but I have very thick hair. And it just makes me sweat wearing a hat. But I do like that one. I love the colours of that. So that's more of a beachy sun hat. And then I have one more. Now this is a go-y out sun hat. Quite like that one. But I had to add elastic to it because it is fairly deep. But if the wind comes along, whenever you've got rims, they blow away. Now, you don't have to wear it on the front. You can, I don't know if you know, you can wear the elastic around the back of your head. So you don't have to have the elastic here. But that is obviously my neat going out hat. So that's my little hat collection. I'm glad I went through those. Oh, it's got a size. Is that a size? Just says straw 56. That one says made in Italy. This one says, oh, do not wash. Obviously, straw and paper. Made in China, that one. What's this one say? This one says adult size, not a toy. UK. This one says made in Cyprus. Hey Della, have a good day, my friend. We're going to post your prize winning parcel tomorrow. It is sitting out on the pine table, ready to go tomorrow. I promise you it is finally going to be sent tomorrow. And I've made a little film of everyone's prizes, but I'll wait till everyone's received them and shared them, those who have channels. And then I'm going to show it so everyone can see what you got as well. And on that video, I've made it already, but I'm not posting it yet. I've explained why it's taken time to get it all going. Yes, I can't wait till you receive it. Do let me know when you get it, but it's definitely being posted tomorrow. So let me know how long it takes to get there. Okay, so this one, the Bahamas hat, where do we think that's going to be made? Ah, no label. No, I've cut the label out. Oh no, there's a label there, but it's, what does that say? Bahamas! Made in the Bahamas! Yay! True Bahama hat. I like that. This one that my parents got me, made in China. I think all the papery, sort of strawy ones often are. And this one, oh, that's so old now. You can't see anything on the label. It's just like a label. But yeah, I would say that's the one I wear the most at the moment, really. Oh, and the Paul one, obviously, there. You sure will. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, so we're heat wave right now. Phew, not looking forward to going out tomorrow. That should be a little cooler. Terrible in the car at the best of times, but in the heat. Oh. And my window doesn't work. So that's not very helpful. I have a fan in the car. Yes, no aircon, of course. So I have a fan. It's all right if you're sort of speeding and get the airflow, but if you're going to town or something, I'm not going too far. We're also going to the recycling centre because we've got some stuff to drop off there. So let's hope that I find some things there. Yes, there's two guys that work there. One's really nice, and we'd seen him nearly all the time. He said, "Oh yeah, take anything you want, and no worries." But then there was suddenly this other bloke there, and he wanted to know what we were dropping off and how long we were going to be, and oh dear. So if he's there, we won't be able to look around. Della says the weather here in Texas still in the triple digits. I'm personally getting tired of it. Yeah, you can't really do a lot. As I say, I've been in and out the pool. I had to leave a live I was on, not mine, someone else's live early. I was just dripping, and I was like, the pool is calling. So I did have to leave early and get in. Yeah, I'm worried about my cats. You've got cats, Stella, haven't you? They're just going in the craziest places. They're going in the warmest rooms, and they're laying together in a bundle. One goes under the sofa, which the gap's about this big under the sofa, and squashes itself there. One goes like against a wall that's not a cool wall in a room with no airflow. I don't know what they're doing. I keep trying to move them to cooler places, and they go there for a bit and then they creep back. Pebbles went in our bedroom, which is pretty hot during the day, and went under our bed. I know they kind of hide from the heat, but why do they go in the hottest places? They're all in places where there is no airflow. They're not. We've got water everywhere, but they don't seem to be drinking much. And I've got some nice footage I might share on Friday on my other channels live, because I'm on the StreamYard there, so I can show you little bits of footage I've filmed. And two of them were actually laying in the evening along the side of the pool on the coping stones. They just look so funny there. But I won't complain about the heat. That's what we're here for. I've been in England for too long, where summer is like 2 days. Oh dear. Yes. And they all say, oh, but it's warmer now and it's been warm for longer. But then those same people, those that come out here for a week ago, it's too hot, it's too hot. So it obviously isn't that hot there then, is it? No. So, yeah, I won't complain about it. I do feel now a swimming pool was a complete necessity. So, yeah, if you're near the sea, it's fine. We are a drivable distance. We can see it, but it's not a straight route down. So it's zigzaggy and you go through olive groves. So it's not easy to, and I feel as soon as you got down there and come back again, you will go in. So to me, the pool is necessity. So I'm grateful for that, to have that. That was one thing I did want to get for sure. And we got that fairly soon after we came out here. Yeah, pretty soon after that. So yeah, it's hard to get stuff done, and the only thing I'm not happy with is I'm getting up sort of watering about 5:30 in the morning just to keep everything alive, really. But we will not complain. We will not. I want to get more tropical fruits next spring if possible, if money allows, because obviously we've got the climate for it. First thing I want to get is mango. I'm really desperate for a mango plant, a plant tree, mango tree. I was actually contemplating today, because I was fed up with watering, my whole Hoogle area, just plant trees all along there. Just make that like an avenue of fruit trees along there, because if I do tropical trees there, that would work, wouldn't it? Yeah, so it's just like I just want to lie in the mornings because it's hard to sleep when it's hot. And I was like, yeah, shall I just, that if you've seen my videos, how long this is, like a long driveway technically. I thought, well, if I just plant tropical fruit trees all down there and then just keep raised beds, then it's, I was saying it's not that I've got a lot to water, I have, but it's because they're everywhere, because I grow different things in different areas. I'd like to just grow everything in one area. And yes, and as well today I watered all the new trees, all the little trees, so it was backwards and forwards with buckets. Because they're new trees, so there's no system hooked up for those. What else? Oh, all my patio, I water certain bits of it, but today I wanted to water absolutely everything there, all the succulents and things I don't water all the time. I'm having to water the grapes all the time because it's so hot, and we've got quite a lot of bunches of those hanging there. So I was just so tired, and I had to water, and I'm not going to complain because it's my food. But yes, I want, what other tropical fruit trees could I have? I want passion fruit, those kind of things. Even my peach trees are like flagging, my new peach trees, nectarine trees. I'm watering them every day. I know you're not supposed to, but is a heat wave? Would someone like to advise me on that? I know you're not supposed to water them every day, but it's a heat wave. I don't know if they're looking a bit sickly because too much water, which I doubt. I think it's the heat getting to them. As I say, I water them really early. They're the first things I water, so there's no sun on them that's going to damage them in that way. But I don't know. Yes, I think passion fruit, mango definitely, any of those kind of things. I really want some more tropical. Do I get rid of the hoogles? Mike was building little frames around the edge of them. I'm like, let's consider that. I don't know, because I'm getting older. Do I want more trees? But then it bothers me if a tree dies. If a tree dies, that's a lot of money for a tree. I don't know. We'll see. Give me your thoughts. Okay, go leave it there for today so I can get back in the pool. Thank you so much for being there. Really appreciate it. Thank you for all the lovely comments I'm receiving. I love reading them. And as you know, I do reply to you all because I love your comments so much. Thank you for being there. If you watch this back later, drop me some answers in the comments below of all the things I've asked you throughout this live, and see you on Wednesday. Meraki.